Dishwashing gloves can be a lifesaver in keeping your hands clean while washing dishes. However, they can also be a bit of a pain to store. If you don't have any dishwashing glove storage ideas, don't worry, we've got you covered. This video will discuss some clever ways to store your dishwashing gloves, so they are easy to access and take up minimal space. Knowing how to store dishwashing gloves properly is important to extend their lifespan and keep them clean. Here are some tips on how to store dishwashing gloves. Number 1. Hang them up. This is the best way to store dishwashing gloves, so they're not a tangled mess. You can buy a special hanger for dishwashing gloves, or you can use a regular coat hanger. Just make sure to put the hanger where it won't get wet. Number 2. Roll them up. Another way to store dishwashing gloves is to roll them up. This works well if you have a lot of gloves and you want to be able to see them all at once. Number 3. Use a storage container. If you have a lot of dishwashing gloves, you may want to invest in a storage container. This will keep them organized and dust-free. Number 4. Store them in the fridge. If you live in a warm climate, you may want to store your dishwashing gloves in the fridge. This will keep them from getting too dirty or smelly. Number 5. Use a glove liner. If you want to extend the life of your dishwashing gloves, you can use a glove liner. This will help to keep them clean and dry. Number 6. Store them in a cool, dry place. It's important to store your dishwashing gloves in a cool, dry place. This will help to keep them from getting damaged or moldy. Number 7. Do not store them in direct sunlight. Dishwashing gloves should not be stored in direct sunlight. This can cause them to fade or become brittle. Number 8. Do not store them in an airtight container. While it may seem like a good idea to store your dishwashing gloves in an airtight container, this is not a good idea. This can cause them to mildew or get damaged. Number 9. Store gloves in a mesh bag or on a hook. This will help to keep them from getting tangled. Number 10. Do not store them next to strong-smelling items. Dishwashing gloves should not be stored next to strong-smelling items. This can cause them to absorb the odors. Number 11. Do not store them in the same drawer or cabinet as cleaning supplies. Dishwashing gloves should not be stored in the same drawer or cabinet as cleaning supplies. This can cause them to become contaminated. Following the above tips when storing your dishwashing gloves can extend their life and keep them looking and smelling fresh. Do you have any other tips to share? Let us know in the comments below. How to dry dishwashing gloves. How to store rubber gloves under the sink. And more. Want to read the complete article? Check the link in the description area.